Hello and welcome to the history of movie theaters and drive-ins in the Quad Cities region for 1960 to 1989. 1961. The Oasis Drive-In in Davenport opens on September 1st. 1963. The State Theater in Davenport closes. The Roxy Theater in Moline starts to show adult movies. 1965.
Look out! Here comes the biggest Bond of all. Thunderball.
(1967). The studio in East Moline opens as an art cinema on December 22nd. The Esquire Theater in Davenport closes. (1968). The Capri Theater in Rock Island reopens on October 25th at the Old Rocket Theater. The Showcase Cinemas in Milan opens on October 30th as a twin roadshow theater complex by Redstone Theaters, which later became National Amusements. The Sierra Theater in Moline opens on November 7th. The Rialto in Rock Island closes on November 29th. The Capitol Theater in Davenport holds a reopening on December 20th. (1969). The studio in East Moline switches over to adult movies. The Rocket Theater in Rock Island closes. (1970). The Parkway Theater in Moline is opened by Tri-States Theaters on March 20th. 1971. The Showcase Cinemas in Milan adds its third screen on March 12th. The Mini Cinema 16 Adult Cinema in Davenport opens on March 24th. 1972. The Cinema X Adult Cinema opens in Davenport on November 3rd. General Cinema opens the Duck Creek Cinema 1 and 2 in Bettendorf on December 27th. 1973. General Cinema opens the North Park Cinema 1 and 2 in Davenport on July 11th. The Spruce Hills Twins in Bettendorf opens on July 27th. The Showcase Cinemas in Milan adds its fourth screen, splitting up Cinema 1 on November 16th. The Fort Theatre in Rock Island starts to show adult movies. These theaters closed in 1973. (1974). Two more screens are added to the Showcase Cinemas in Milan on November 27th, for a total of 6 screens. 1975. The Capitol Theatre in Davenport closes. 1976. The Cornet Theatre in Davenport starts to show adult movies. These theaters closed in 1976. 1977.
A long time ago, in a galaxy far, far away,
Here they come!
Star Wars,
Coming in too fast!
an adventure unlike anything on your planet. It's an epic of heroes and villains and aliens from 1,000 worlds. Star Wars, rated PG.
(1978). The Showcase Cinemas in Milan adds its 7th screen on December 15th. 1980. The Showcase Cinemas in Milan expands to add its 8th screen after another large cinema is split on June 25. The Cinema X Adult Cinema in Davenport closes. 1981. These theaters closed in 1981. 1982. These theaters closed in 1982. National Amusements buys out Dubinsky Theaters in the area, the Capri, Park, and Sierra Theaters as National Amusements tighten its grip in the Quad Cities area on December 1. 1984. The Cornet Theatre in Davenport closes. 1986. The Super Saver Cinema 6 in Moline opens on January 17th, showing discount movies. The Memory Drive-In closes in the summer to make room for more parking for the Showcase Cinemas. The Bel Air Drive-In in Davenport is closed by National Amusements. The Showcase Cinemas in Milan expands to 11 screens. 1987. The General Cinema Duck Creek Cinema 1 and 2 in Bettendorf and the North Park Cinema 1 and 2 in Davenport closes on July 31, giving National Amusements a first-run monopoly in the area. Less money is spent on film rentals. The Oasis Drive-In in Davenport closes. 1988. The Super Saver 6 is bought out by National Amusements to keep out the competitors. 1989. The Capri Theater in Rock Island closes. Thanks for watching, and remember to like and subscribe.